natural products. So I think that's a really good heritage from the ancestors, and then maybe we can develop new drugs or some food ingredient from there, and good combination. And I heard more than 2,000. I think it's there or more the medicinal plants. So it's gonna be a really good opportunity for us to study Brazil medicinal plants together. In Korea, Korea is a very small country, but in OECD, the coverage of the forest is number four. So there are, very good medicinal plants, and then very good part of the Korean medicinal plants are we use the medicinal plants for 1,000 years, and then that is in the medicinal system by the government. So we treat the patient with the herbs for 1,000 years, and then which is very good effect on certain complex uh, disease like the insomnia and some digestion problem and also the cancer. And then we have 1,000, more than 1,000 medicinal plants, I think, below the half number of Brazil. So I think it's gonna be really good to collaborate together, and then maybe we can, mix the Brazil natural product and then Korean natural product together, and maybe we can have a more efficacy together. Because we have a very good screening technique named TIE. I wanna show it to you later on. So there are, ginseng and ginseng very famous. And then not only the ginseng, but also there are so many good medicinal plants in Korea. And then we have done the research together. I want to show you some examples about it. Approximately 60% of the existing anti-cancer drugs originate from the forest resources, like natural products. And then um, think the natural products are very important, the bank for the novel drug developments. For example, the Taxol and then Chemtopexin and other very well used anti-cancer drugs are from the natural products. And also the Korean medicine industry is growing sharply. It's annually more than 7% is growing, and then its number is very big. And not only in Korea, but also in USA and other countries, they are developing the integrative hospitals to treat the patients, like acupuncture and some herbs also. So now let me present our selection of the high quality raw materials from the natural products. We named it Thai method. Thai based scientific evidence for the food and the drug candidate selection. So T for the traditional evidence base. So we have a very good big data over the 1,000 years. The people use the herbs for certain symptoms, and then they write down all the information, the case studies and the theories and everything. So it is open access database in Korea. So we search on the database over the 1,000 years, and if you want to develop the cough medicine or the cough food, anti-cough food, we first check in the database, and after that we compare it to the published articles, which is experimentally proven. And after that we select like 40 or 50, and we do the in silico study with the candidates. That means we can reduce the a whole bunch of the time. There's an efficiency about it. So we do the AI-based molecular structure analysis and mechanism prediction with the docking analysis and other studies. And after the in silico screening, the second screening, we do the third validation. We named it evaluation. So we do the preclinical studies in vitro and in vivo. So after that, we find a very effective candidates afterward. With this Thai technique, so we can compare this technique with the AI drug screening and development other countries, because other countries they only use the from the second part, so they simply based on the drug structure with data set, and then they screen more than 100,000 and more than that. Then that means it takes a long time. But we shrink the time by the first step, the traditional evidence-based, the screening first. And that means we can optimize the real world applicable, and then we reduce the time. And then yeah, so our Thai-based technique, we have a very good efficacy with an efficient way. And then the good part of our technique is that since the big data based on the human data, because more than 1,000 years we use the herbs to the king and other people, so we can use that traditional big data. That's a very good part. So with this technique, like for example, if we screen the drugs from the natural product, and then we do the clinical studies, that usually takes 4.5 to 9 years. That's a long time. But with this time method, we can make it screen the very potent drugs within 1.3 years. That means 70% reduction in time, and then double the success rate. So with this technique, I've been a professor for 10 years now. So we have more than 50 patents in the lung cancer and pancreatic cancer and other cancers. So many cancers there, and also the liver protection and antioxidants and anti-diabetes, and so many other disease patent also. So I will show you one example with the drug development part. So our first pipeline is targeting the lung cancer. Now, within the lung cancer, the non-small cell lung cancer takes 80% of the whole lung cancer. And then osimertinib is well used antidrug for the NSCLC, because the first and second generation targeted therapies are not well used because of the resistance and side effect. Osimertinib was used for 5 to 10 years, and then it also showed the resistance problems. But there's no drugs for sensitizing the resistance of the osimertinib yet. In 2025 AACR, there are some possible candidates were reported in the conference, but they are all in the preclinical study data now. The targeted therapy is big portion in the cancer therapy, and then it goes sharply like 15% annually, so it will be the number one therapy later on. So we focus on this part. So we have the osimertinib resistant patient cell sample. So we test it with that model in vitro and in vivo. We tested, and then we found the GSK3 beta and P53 are the MOA. And then with this drug, we extracted the active compound, which is a small molecule. So we are trying to make a small molecule drug conjugate with a linker. So osimertinib and this single compound combined compound, we are making it, because when we do the combination therapy with the patient takes the patient take the two drugs at the same time, but at the same time the drugs are in some other part in same time. But if we make one compound with a linker, they are not active in other part, but when they get to the cancer tissue, the linker dissolves and then they are activate afterward, so it has more effect on the cancer. So with this drugs, we test the osimertinib is not sensitized in the certain drug concentration, but we combine with the two drugs, and then it showed very good CI, the combination index, which means synergistic effect on them. And the colony formation also showed a very good effect. So we tested the mitochondria mediated apoptosis. So we did a JC1 assay. So the test result was very good. And their cyclin D1 and CDK4 were very well downregulated. So we tested in the cell cycle assay, and then it showed the G0 and G1 phase are significantly increased. And apoptosis related proteins like P53, MDM2, JSK beta, we check them because in silico study, the JSK beta and MDM2 are the top candidates. So we test them several times, and then we show the very good result. So we did the immunoprecipitation study IP, and then they are well changed. And in the immunocytochemistry, we confirmed that the JSK beta and P53 and MDM2 are changed very well. So we did the animal study with 4 different model. Two from the natural product whole extract, and then 2 for the active compound from that. And the 2 are because of the oral administration and the peritoneal injection. So we test them all, and then the results was very nice, and we show the in vivo. We test the in vivo studies, and then there's no weight change. So that means they could be no side effect with the combination therapy. So after all the preclinical study, we are trying to do the clinical trial phase 1 in Hanoi Medical University because in Korea there's some problem with the clinical trial because it takes too long time because we very hard to find a patient who want to do the clinical trial, and the fee is very expensive. So we are develop our drug in the Hanoi Medical University now. So we almost done the preclinical studies with the active compound. So afterward, we're gonna do the IND approval and the phase 1 study with the Hanoi Medical University. And as I show you, we have many patents against the cancer. So we're gonna do the clinical trial afterward, one by one. Not only the drug development, but also natural product could be used as the food development. I want to show you some examples. So we are targeting some medicinal plants combination with the Thai technique. We optimize the formulation against the certain symptoms like muscle strength improvements. I think after COVID-19, people all over the world, they are very interested in their health, so they are doing the exercise very well, and they want to perform well, and then they want to recover their body after the severe exercise. So we focus on that one. So special warriors that one, and then the swelling reduction. So after surgery, the ROS and the inflammation induce the edema afterward, or sometimes it's like after daily life, like if we eat the salty food during the night, next day our face will be different, like there will be puffing. Sometimes the finger or feet also have a puffing, so that makes some pain. And then after surgery, the reduce the edema is the key. So we are making the concentrated liquid stick out of it. And liver health and the reduction of the alcohol in our blood is also very important because Koreans are a very heavy drinker, and I think after a drink, our body get sick easily. So make the hepato protection is very also important. And anti-aging is also the very important. Nowadays, people want to be look younger, so we do some study and we make a very good formulation. So I'm going to show you about the products, data also. In the respiratory health, I have two kids. They're 2 years and 4 years old, and they always, now it's a full season in Korea, so weather changed sharply. The temperature is down very, in a short time. So kids are getting cold easily. So when we go to the pediatric clinic, every kids are coughing and coughing. But in Korea, the biosep, uh, the antibacterial drugs are commonly used for the coughing sometimes. So, but the parents that doesn't want to, use that drugs that much. So we do the study about the anti-coughing extracts. I'm gonna show you some examples. Yes. Because of the Thai technique, we can shrink the screening time. So not only in the drug development, but also food development, we can use that. So other country, the companies, they ask for uh, the optimizing the formulation for the food also. So we are doing the uh, partnership and then develop some food. This is Gongdong series. It's about anti-aging. The in Joseon Dynasty, King Yongjo was died when he was 82 years old. It was 500 years ago. At the time, average lifespan was 30 years old. So he lived more than double and more. But in actually, there's a sad history in Korea that King Yongjo killed his son, and then he doesn't have a very good temper, but still he lived very long time. So I look in the historical books, and then it said he took this medicine for a long time, and with the ginger, the Korean ginseng, and then he named this drug by the king's word that it has a beneficial effect on the health. That means 건공탕. So we named this the food as 건공 from the Yeongjo's, and then we developed four series. One is 10 gold leaf coated harbor pills and the liquid sticks and others. Yes. So one of our cities are the Cheonsu Gonggondan is in the Incheon Airport Shinsegae duty free shop. So if you happen to come to Korea and then if you use the Terminal One, maybe you can see our products. And then we do the crowdfunding, and then the result was very good. And then there are four different ones: Special Warrior and Bujong Chacha, Moki, and Lollibong. The Gongong series has a very good effect on the anti-aging. SA beta gal was reduced after the UVB treatments, which means aging is reversed. And P50, 38 and Junk, MMP1, they are all related to the aging, so the efficacy was very nice. And then NF kappa B was induced very well, so we are working on the anti-inflammation efficacy also. And the ROS generation was reduced after the UVB with our extract. So we also work on the ROS related other symptoms also. And this is the special warrior. There's the medicinal herbs. We we know the in the medicinal historical books they show the efficacy of the each herbs. So we found that the herbs that can strengthen our muscles. We gather all the extract and then we do the in silico study and then we do the review study also. So after the study, we find a very good formulation and then we combine the newly experimentally proven sports ability enhancement materials like vitamin B, arginine, taurine, and cherry, and the beets. And then we combine them, we make the jelly. So we are doing it human study with the Department of Sports. And this is the anti-cough the candy. We did also the in silico study and some review article we are doing it. So we combine the formulation from the Korea in Europe because there are very good anti-coughing herbs in Europe. They've been using it for also 1,000 years, and in Korea also. So we put the honeysuckle flower and the honey from the DMZ. Korea is divided from DMZ, north and south. So DMZ, there's no one living there. So there are very clean and very good honeys there. The bees are making honey from the, the nature. So and some other ingredients are there. So we made characters like the design, like a honeysuckle and the the ginger, lemon, thyme, and honey, mint. And this is Bujong Chacha out of our in vivo data we formulated also. So with Thai-based new, the food development also are going on. So we are partnership. We have a partnership with other companies, and then we're marketing it to other countries. So hopefully, I want to show it to Brazil later on. So these are our CTO and CSO. And these are our back office team. And we got a TIPS, which is a government grant last year to develop the new drugs and the food also. And then Hanoi in Brazil, USA, and Philippines and Indonesia, we have other collaborators. Then after making food and drugs, there should be some food waste afterwards. So we want to use the food waste because when we extract the herbs, the not 100% active compounds are extracted. They say we found it in literature about 30 to 40% only. 30 to 40% are extracted, and the rest of them are still in the waste. So we want to use the dead materials. So we are collaborating with some companies, the cow food with a simple care bio, and then the pig food with the tamarind. So we are developing the big animals food with the medicinal plants after extracting, and then not only the animal food, but also the fertilizer. So we can use the waste to the soil to grow some uh, the crop or some medicinal plants also. And not only in the soil, but also smart farm is very booming in Korea because very small circumstances, the condition, small place we need for the smart farm, and then we can control all the things with the smart farm, and then climate change also, changing the growing agricultural species also, but smart farm can make it consistent. So we want to uh, from the forest ingredient, we want to save the forest also. So last week I did a presentation in the National Institute of the Forest Science. Then they are very interested in the Thai technique from my lab, so they wanna do the collaboration. So the government level the researchers will want to develop the Thai technique together with the AI. And then product sales in the Cheongyang market near to the Gyeong University. There's the medicinal plants market there. So we're gonna do the collaboration all together. And these are the our lab. And then we were certified as a Happy and Smart Lab last year and this year, 2 years in a row. We have three researcher professors now, and then next month we're gonna have a four professor, and then we have a six professor, the students, graduate students from Bangladesh, in Korea, and other countries now on. So these are the pictures from last year. Professor Rosie visited the KHU, and then we do the seminar, and then after that, Stephanie and Livia came to our lab for 6 months, and then we do the very good collaboration. So ongoing and future studies, the comparative study on the constituents and the efficacy of the Brazilian and the Korean ginseng, and then Sisapan anti-cancer mechanism study together, and combination of the. I'm very interested in the combination of the Brazil and Korean herbs. I think there's some certain herbs good for some part in Korea and then other part from Brazil. I want to combine them, and then I want to optimize its doses uh, to show its efficacy with the Thai technique, and then develop of the novel anti-cancer drugs from the natural product in Brazil and Korea also. And then lastly, I want to introduce the one international conference uh, in Korea, October 16th to 17th. It's a hybrid one, so if anyone want to join our symposium, so all welcome, because the registration fee will be waived, and then and food, lunch, and dinner will be covered also. So all any participant will be welcome. Then there are many professors from abroad in Korea, and in Korean the pork and beef feeding company and agriculture corporation. Apsunu is very famous food company, and then multiple healthcare startup will be there, and then the vice president of the Seoul Association of Korean Medicine. Two of them will come, and then technology commercialization committee of the Association of Korean Medicine, the marketing director of the Fireball Basement, the venture capital firms, and other are also come. So if you want to join the Habita 2025, which will be held on the 16th and 17th of October, please email me. So, so that's all for today's presentation. Um, Agradeço pela atenção. Yeah, thank you very much. 감사합니다.
Professor Honey, please.
Okay, thank you so much, Professor Kim, for the amazing presentation. We've seen your effort building your lab and your company. It's such a wonderful and inspiring, of course. So we are gonna go for question and answer, but I think I'm gonna go for the first question in here, especially because you are talking about nature and also forest. And could you please share your talk about uh, sustainability, about how you collect them, how the how you collect and how can ensure the sustainability use, particularly with threat or endangered species from plant or marine organism.
Okay. So in oh sorry. So there's a the Korean medicine industry is very big in Korea. So the farmers are growing the medicinal plants for 100 years, and then they have a persistent supply of the uh, medicinal plant because they can sell it with a very good price. So people are making, producing it very well. So that's, I think the Korean medicinal plants are uh, persistently we can use them very well, I think. So that's the one very good part. And then we talk about it with the forest science, the government officers, and then uh, if there's a very rare um, quantity of the very good natural product, we cannot use it because if there's not enough of the materials, we cannot use it. If it although it is very effective. So that's very important. I think industry they have to we have to collaborate together.
Okay. And also, what do you think from your presentation? Actually, I didn't see an isolation part and yeah, isolation and take the isolated compound and test them. And do you think a whole extract will be better to make kind of product rather than the pure or a single compound?
Mm. So the extract. So to make a drug now, we focus on the active compounds and then we make the synthesized form also because it should have the single MOA to with the persistent efficacy. So, but still, mm, if it is food, we can use the whole extract and then combination. I think that's very good idea because in the Korean medicine, we treat the patient with a combination of the herbs, not only the single compound combination, but whole extract combination, because there could be the synergism after combination. There's a very good theory for the combination and the materials. So like the food level is very easy, and then cosmetic way also. But also the medicinal way, there's a we call it natural product novel drugs in Korea. There's a certain system. So with that one, we can use the whole extract. We can make the drug, but there's a limitation because we can skip the clinical trial phase 1 if we use something that we use for 1,000 years, that the Korean medicinal plants. But after that, we cannot export to other country, although it has a very good effect. But other country doesn't agree with skipping the phase 1. That's the problem. So I think there's a pros and cons, and then we have to develop a better system together because each of the country has different system about the herb, the drug, and others. So like this way we talk is very important for the improve the system.
Okay. And I saw in your presentation actually you will gonna do a clinical trial in Vietnam,
Right.
if I'm not mistaken. Could you please share your thoughts? How do you manage the clinical trial? How do you do the collaboration with them? And the most important thing is what is the challenge to do the clinical trial?
Yes. So we are starting the clinical trial now, and so I'm not an expert. I think there should be the expert in our conference. But in my experience, the time and money is very important, and then the precise protocol and everything also very important. But I think some clinical trial institute they also have a very good system there. So I visited the university 3 times, and then I found it very. They have a very good system, and then so multi-country, the pharmaceutical company also do the clinical trial in there. So I have a belief on their system, and the most important thing is the money and the time for me at the time now because in Korea it's very hard to do the clinical trial sometimes. It depends on the target disease though, and the fee is very expensive. So that's why I selected the Vietnam rather than Korea.
Okay.
Mhm.
I think I'm gonna go for your business side. And what do you think about the future of traditional medicine in term of business? And could you please share your thoughts and encouraging the audience in here to be the future businessman of the traditional medicine?
Sure. Yeah. So actually, we are trying to build a hospital in Jakarta, in Indonesia, as a integrative medicine hospital. So our partners are working on that very eagerly, because the system in Korea and Indonesia are a bit different. Uh, so I think we can, have a beneficial way. So the Korean traditional Korean doctors, they have their own the pros, and the Indonesia system is a bit different, and then we can have the very good uh, opportunity there. So we are doing it, and then actually tonight it's 9:47 p.m. It's exactly opposite Brazil and here. But I had a very good meeting with other Korean doctors, and then we are agreed to make a new hospital in Seoul and the Gyeonggi province in Korea, because I do the research and then I do the education and then they do the clinical part practice. So we want to combine our um, good the pros, and then maybe we can combine it and then make a good hospital. So I think traditional medicine will increase very well in Korea also and other countries, because for example, City of Hope and UC Irvine in California, USA, they have a very good and big integrative hospital in California, and then they are focused on the integrative medicines uh, beneficial parts. So yeah, we can take advantage about the traditional medicine, especially Indonesia is the number two, the second biodiversity, and Brazil is the number one biodiversity country. It's gonna be a really good opportunity. There should be.
Wow. So it's amazing. And we still have a maybe question from the audience. Do you have any question or thoughts? Yes, please.
Congratulations, Professor Kim, for your excellent talk.
Thank you.
My question is, uh, my name is Foued Espíndola from Federal University of Uberlândia and a friend of Professor Rosi. And we have a really amazing meeting here and miss your physical presence here.
I'm so
But
sorry about.
I'm glad that we could watch your presentation this morning.
Mhm.
So my question is about the Brazilian ginseng and Brazilian Korean. What are the results that you get so far about the Brazilian ginseng? And what are your thoughts about this? Because naming Brazilian ginseng just because of the shape of the plant
Mhm.
of the root, but it's completely different species.
Yes, yes, yeah. Yeah, that is true. Yeah. So actually, the species are different. So they, yeah, had a different constitution of the composition of the compound. So they should have the different efficacies also. We test some um, cancer cell types, and then they show the different efficacies. But not only the ginseng, but also I think we can compare so many natural product. I think ginseng is one example, and then there is only the start. But we can, maybe we can have a map. We can make the map. So maybe the Brazil ginseng is good for certain type of the cancer, and then Korean ginseng is good for certain type of the cancer. We can make a map about it. And not only the ginseng, but other species. I know there are a whole bunch of the medicinal plants in Brazil, but still maybe there should be some difference. So because of the climate and the soil, everything terroir are different. So yeah, I think it's gonna be really good. And then the combination part is very important because I saw many different plants from Indonesia. There are whole red ginger, and then very spicy chilies, and then they are very different to the Korean ginger and the pepper. So I think I've never been to Brazil. I really want to be there, but yeah, hopefully soon I want to visit. Because of the certain conditions in my family, I couldn't attend the conference in person though. But soon, I really want to visit Brazil, and then I want to see the medicinal plants in Brazil, and then want to work on that.
All right. We still have a question in here from the audience. Any question? Okay. Oh yeah, let's see, please.
Professor Kim, congrats for your talk. Thank you. And I am uh, present. You are friends in common, Professor Coutinho,
Mhm.
that you need to see there.
Dr. King, nice
Hello,
to see you.
nice to meet you.
Fortunately, not in person,
Right.
but it's my pleasure to talk with you and proceed with our collaboration. Sorry, because I would not could participate after your invitation for your event, AJ Vita, you in South Korea, but by other events, by other compromise, I cannot participate. But if you invited me in the next year, I will.
Yeah, definitely. I'm gonna invite you next year. Thank you.
Nice to talk with you, and
Nice.
we will proceed with our collaboration together with Dr. Rosie,
Sure.
together Josie, together with Dr. Rosie, with Dr. Fuad, and other members of this event.
Sure.
Nice to meet you.
Thank you so much.
We have a lot of friends here, and we miss you here.
Me
And
also. I miss you.
once again, thank you very much,
Thank
Professor.
you.
One more thing. This is little remembering for you.
Oh, thank you.
Honey will give you that.
I'm gonna bring it to Korea. No
Oh, thank
worry.
you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Uh,
Okay, thank you so much. Again, thank you so much for your presentation, Professor Kim. It's a wonderful. I think it takes a long job, a long journey to do that things, and you are gonna try. You are gonna test the clinical trial, and maybe you can share. Yeah, maybe next year on the couple of years you can share about the result very soon.
Right.
And good luck for the clinical trials.
Thank you.
Okay. Okay, I think we have end this session, and I will give it back to Josie.
okay, we can finish now, and thank you again, Professor. And Livia, you can continue, please. Thank you.
Good morning. Now we will start the lucky number. The rules is the same. No ring again, and you need to stay here. O Thursday vai começar agora, então vocês precisam estar aqui. Quem já ganhou não ganha mais. 38, 38. Gabriela Viana. 92, 92. Wallace Felipe. 50, 50. João Vitor. Deixa eu tirar de novo. 4. 94. Flávia. 93. Rosi. Você tira.
92, 94.
117. 31. Não. 111. A palestrante. 56. Leonardo Augusto. Gente. 77. Rebeca. Já ganhou? Ok. 105. Nossa, gente. 90. Nossa, gente. Vou tentar mudar o som. Não, gente. Tá. Não. Tô. Quarenta e um. Não, mudei. Vamos lá. 100. 100. 100. Fued. Noventa e quatro. 71. 62. Pessoal, agora é o coffee break, depois a gente volta para dar a premiação, tá bom? Obrigada.
already. So let's come to the probably the most expected moment to this Congress. Yes. Now we're gonna have the the announcements of the works that were selected as the main or the not the best because this is only qualitative, but the most voted uh, uh, posters and oral presentations of this Congress. First of all, who is the owner of a Citroen? Who? Who? Não quer voltar para casa? Não. So, she just got a car. You can see that this Congress is very rich. Yeah. And we just selected someone to get a car. Well, so let's start with the poster presentations. Now, we don't have like an order, okay? But these 9 works were selected for the evaluators. The first one is the work titled Effects of Intrauterine Exposure to Valproic Acid on Fetal Renal Oxidative Stress and Protection by Copaíba and Baru Branco Essential Oils. That was presented by Catarina Louz Sergero Gomes. Gamas, sorry. Where is Catarine? It didn't come? Okay, no problem. The next one, Citrus multifolios wheat extract as potential regenerative agent for skin-related conditions, presented by Paloma da Silva Teixeira. The next one, bioprospecting plant extracts against prostate cancer, that was presented by Stephanie Alves Azevedo. Hey. Next, we go to dietary protein injection as an effective and low-cost treatment for bone repair in health and over-optimized mice, presented by Bruno Henrique Costa. I'm gonna get all these gifts of people that we are not showing. Someone requested me to tell you guys that the certificate will be sent by mail. It will be online. Okay? Ah, chegou, não? Now, evaluation of the anti-tumor potential of anti-HER2 antibodies in human ovarian adenocarcinoma cells, presented by Milena Heloísa Marques de Castro. Now, our first international student, the title of the work is Antitumor Potential of Peptides, presented by someone that really likes LDU, Alejandro, Alejandro Pinos. And now, uh, oh, sorry, it was another part of the the name here. Uh, Antitumor effects of cannabidiol in head and neck cancer, in vitro and in vivo. Edilene Melo. The next one, the name is very difficult. Influence of L, I was contract, L planetarum 6.2 on the experimental development of acute lung injury, presented by Aya Silva Paiva. There is someone of the same group here. And the last one from this first round, phytochemical characterization of a species of the Anacardiaceae family and evaluation of its antitumor potential in prostate cancer cell lines in vitro and in vivo. Victoria Stephanie. Nem arrisquei falar o sobrenome. Now for the oral presentations, we're selected 4 students, okay? And we will start for the one that received a honor mention, okay? So the honor mention of this Congress goes to Alal 1 peptide triggers ROS-dependent cell death in melanoma, presented by Denise Arruda. Perdeu o carro. Now, in third place of the oral presentations, innovative biomaterial composed of type 1 collagen, carbon nanotubes, and zinc, a promising strategy for bone repair, presented by Bruno Henrique Costa. In second place, C25 ethanol extract triggers apoptosis and decrease reactive oxygen space produced in head and neck cancer cells. Lívia Ramos Santiago. And to finish up, in first place, a novel triple combination strategy using 19Y1C, a synthetic cannabinoid, and chemotherapy for enhancing glioblastoma treatment. Iman Malik Kahir. So we have an announcement to do, if Professor Jose prefer to do it, but the first and the second places has another surprise. Você quer anunciar a surpresa extra para os primeiro e segundo? Não?
Na verdade, primeiro, segundo, terceiro e a menção honrosa também serão premiados com a próxima inscrição. O Luciano está aí? Luciane? Ah, que pena. Eu pensei que fosse ontem. Inscrição no próximo congresso, que será, mas está aqui o nosso representante do Estado, né? Vai ser em João Pessoa, né? Então, os 4 melhores trabalhos já têm a inscrição garantida. Se eles vão usar ou não, né? Eu certifico. Aí, ó, quem não quiser pode dar a inscrição para a Ana Gabriela. E ele propôs também discussões à beira-mar. Gente, não tinha como não aceitar uma proposta dessa. Lá em casa. Inclusive, eu vou daqui 2 semanas para lá para conhecer o. Enfim, nossa senhora. Então, os certificados, né, essas lembrancinhas, e eu queria que a comissão organizadora ficasse aí, Flávia, para o seguro povo. Né? Aliás, Flávia, né? A gente precisa tirar uma foto com todo mundo que ainda restou, os remanescentes, tá? Eu vim anunciar a surpresa.
Então, agora nós temos uma surpresa também para você que se desdobrou para dar conta de fazer tudo acontecer, né, que liderou isso aqui, correu o risco de vender minha fazenda para a gente conseguir pagar as contas. Mas, Roseli, essa é uma singela lembrança, um grande reconhecimento do nosso carinho por você, pelo seu profissionalismo, pelo grande grupo que você está formando, né? E por tudo.
Eu divido essa homenagem com a professora Flávia, com o professor Renê e com toda a comissão organizadora. Né? Muito obrigada. Puxa vida, alguém filma isso aqui. Muito obrigada, muito obrigada. Obrigada. Enfim, tem uma outra coisa. Então tá, todo mundo vai receber os certificados online, né? E os certificados de premiação também. Tem mais alguma coisa? Ele está falando negócio da fazenda, porque a gente, a princípio, tinha só as passagens, né? E algumas diárias. E a gente teve muitos problemas de cancelamentos e quando a gente faz compras ou mesmo reservas em hotéis, não é ressarcido. Então, a gente tem que, se a FAPEMIG não aceitar a justificativa, né, por exemplo, o professor Kim, ele viria, mas ele surgiu um problema de saúde na família dele muito sério, ele não pôde vir, mas já tinha sido compradas as passagens. E essas passagens, elas não são devolvidas. Vocês sabem como é que as companhias aéreas agora estão. Então, aí quer dizer, a gente já tem mais de 10 mil de dívida, né? Porque isso, e o pior, não é para hoje, né? Quando for avaliada a prestação de serviço. Aí eu liguei para o Renê e falei, Renê, você sabe que você é solidário, né? Porque ele é o vice-coordenador. Eu falei, você tem uma fazendinha aí, você pode colocar a venda. Eu não tenho mais herança. Enfim, né? Obrigada. Obrigada.
Bom, então eu queria realmente, primeiro, reconhecer o trabalho de toda essa equipe, do envolvimento dos estudantes de pós-graduação, né, que foi muito grande. Foi para vocês que a gente tentou fazer isso. Lógico que a gente se beneficia também, a gente faz novos amigos, a gente conhece pessoas, sempre pensando só em trabalho, né? Ninguém me convidou ainda, não, vamos lá em casa, vamos lá em João Pessoa, lá tomar comigo, não, só me manda a amostra, não sei o que, essas coisas, mas enfim. Mas é porque é o que move a gente. Eu não sei até que ponto a gente pode ser exemplo, né, para vocês, mas a gente faz isso realmente pensando que no futuro vocês um dia vão estar organizando um evento sozinho, vocês vão estar criando as suas próprias conexões e que isso fique realmente de lembrança, uma memória afetiva aí de que eu participei do primeiro, vão ver o segundo, o terceiro, o quarto, tudo. Quem sabe daqui surge uma grande rede de cooperação no Sul, global, com gente trocando palavra, exatamente. Vamos.
Espera só um pouquinho, antes de você continuar. Tá. Flávia, você pode vir aqui, por favor? Também gostaria de te agradecer. A Flávia aí organizou todos os minicursos, foram um maior sucesso. Né? Muito obrigada.
Parabéns, Flávia.
A foto.
A foto, nossa. Ah, não, Marina. Você vai perder o cargo para o próximo evento.
Bem, eu queria agradecer a todos aí, né? Eu estive aí na organização, agradeço imensamente a Rosi, né? Por ter aí me chamado e o professor Renê e a minha turma aí do laboratório. Eu acho muito importante, né, essa integração entre o laboratório de patologia experimental daqui e do CCO, e assim, eu aprendi muito. A Rosi assim, tem uma garra assim incrível, né, para trabalhar, e eu assim com meu jeito bem tímido, né? E aí juntando o Renê e a Rosi, eu queria agradecer a todos aí do Laboratório de Patologia Experimental do CCO e daqui, tá? Muito obrigada. E até o próximo.
Então, completando os agradecimentos, também a equipe aqui do CETEC, pessoal do transporte, que nos ajudou muito. Em todas as esferas da universidade, a gente sempre precisa de muita gente para fazer tudo. Então, a gente realmente é um grande time, um grande lugar, um excelente lugar para se trabalhar, que é o FSJ, e eu tenho muito orgulho dessa instituição e da projeção que ela está conseguindo aí com o apoio de todos, tá? A Liliane, as pró-reitorias, todos. Realmente é muito bom ver o que acontece. Agradeço mais uma vez a Rosi por ter me colocado nesse congresso também, foi muito bom para mim, por ter confiado em mim como vice-coordenador. Aí eu só falo sim, eu nunca dou conta de falar não para nada. Mas foi muito enriquecedor para todo mundo. Tá? Então, se mais alguém quiser fazer alguma última explanação, fique à vontade. Se caso contrário, desejo a todos aí um bom regresso, que vocês voltem transformados para os seus laboratórios, para suas vidas profissionais, para suas casas, e que a gente possa se encontrar por mais e mais vezes para fazer aquilo que a gente tem paixão e vocação para fazer. Vamos tirar. Cadê o drone? Então, gente, eu não sei se eu posso já fazer isso, mas declaro encerradas as atividades daqui do nosso evento, e que venha o próximo e que a gente continue fazendo aquilo de melhor que a gente pode. Muito obrigado a todos. Agora a foto.
Anderson, você pode tirar uma foto para a gente?